Hello, fellow cyborgs, and welcome finally to my They Made Me a Recommendations Readathon TBR. So I will link down below my announcement video of the Recommendations Readathon, but the basic details is this is a 9-day readathon. It starts on Saturday, the 6th of April, and finishes at Sunday evening, the 14th of April. I myself am a host along with Acacia Ives, whose channel will be linked down below as almost always. The intention of this readathon is for you to read books that you can pinpoint specific people, supposedly booktubers, who have recommended to you, and finally get around to actually reading those books that you picked up. So I have a semi-ambitious stack here, but I kind of wanted to shout out some booktubers who, even if I don't think I'm actually going to get to the books that week, that at least I can give them credit for it appearing on my physical TBR. First, I have a couple library acquisitions. This is Letters to Anyone and Everyone by Ton Telchen, illustrated by Jessica Alberg and translated by Martin Cleaver. I have heard M.A. Anders talk about Ton Telchen. Do you like my pronunciation? I got tips from her. I'm hoping I'm doing it okay. She really loves this author's work, and late last year she really loved something by this author but mentioned that it wasn't yet translated into English, and she said that this probably would be, and it turned out my library had it. It looks like it's a collection of short little letters between different like woodland creatures with adorable illustrations as well. I'm hoping that this will be a fast, fun, and lovely read to break up potentially some of the more like intense reads that I have on my shelves. So I will definitely be getting to this one so that I can then return it to my library and someone else can read it. I also have here a bind up of Henry IV Parts 1 and 2 by William Shakespeare. You guys probably know this is a Libby recommendation right now. As of when filming, we are reading for the Bard Book Club Part 1, and when the readathon is going on in April, Part 2 will be the Bard Book Club pick. So I will still have this in my possession, and hopefully one of those weekends I can sit down on a Sunday afternoon and just power through Henry IV Part 2. So thank you, Libby Stevenson, for making me pick up more Shakespeare, as always. Let's just stay on the Libby train, shall we? Because my recent hauls that were Libby inspired pretty much inspired this readathon. So I also picked up Pygmalion and 3 other plays by George Bernard Shaw, also because Libby has read quite a number of his plays, and I thought I would give it a try, and my library had this pretty nice copy for like 50 cents. I was on board. So I'm hoping to get through all 4 plays, fingers crossed. If not, at least 2 of them, at least 1 of them, please. Hopefully I can get this off my TBR and also enjoy some more plays. The final Libby recommend is the Sonnets by William Shakespeare. This is illustrated by Charles Robinson. I have very little poetry still left on my TBR shelf, so I thought maybe breaking up some of the fiction that I will be reading for this readathon would be nice in the Sonnets. My plan is to read this like in big chunks and not just pick through the Sonnets here or there. Let's see if that plan happens. Okay, moving away from light, fluffy, and classical and poetical, let's dip toward thrillers with this pick that I'm a little bit nervous about, which is The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. I originally heard about this from Leanne from Literary Diversions. I will try to link a video in which she talks about it down below. My mom and I were at Costco and I saw this and I said, "Hey mom, you like thrillers kind of? Maybe you should read this." And then she read it and said that the beginning was really gory and kind of jarring for her, but she continued reading and I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know what I was getting you into." And then when she finished, she was crying and she said, "That was very satisfying." My mom doesn't love a lot of books, so most of the books I think she'd rate 3 stars, but I think that reaction is like a 4-star reaction. So my mom said, "You can't just give this away, you have to give it a try as well." Very recently, I saw a video by Harriet Rosie, and she said that this is her favorite Karen Slaughter, and I believe one of her favorite thrillers, maybe one of her favorite books of all time, I think. I know the video, I will have it linked down below, and then you will hear what she has to say. So that reinvigorated my interest in this read and made me think that perhaps I can handle it. So Hopefully I will get to this week, and then I won't have it staring at me and intimidating me from my bookshelf. And then finally, I really don't think I'm going to get to this last one, but there is one specific booktuber who made me pick it up, so I thought I would give the shout out now anyway, and that is Embers of War by Gareth L. Powell. This is 100% Becky M's fault. Thank you, Becky M. I saw one of her vlogs, and I hopefully will be able to find it, where she said that her 100th read of the year was coming up back in 2018, and the book she wanted to celebrate with was reading Embers of War for the second time in 2018. And that is so rare for any rereading to be happening on BookTube. It's something that a lot of us have forgotten how to do, or at least forgotten how to prioritize. But reading the same book twice in a year, that has only happened like once in the last like 10 years of my reading life. That only happens to really impactful books. So this is all Becky M's fault. Hopefully I will get to this year if I want to actually clear my physical TBR, which is my goal. So perhaps you'll see me talk about this soon, or perhaps later. So those are the 6 volumes that I am hoping to get through in the 9-day readathon. Let me know in the comments down below if you will be participating. If you don't have a channel, then let me know what your TBR is down below, or check back shortly for another readathon related announcement where those of you in the Instagram community might be able to participate even if you don't have a YouTube channel. Did I just spoil things? Well, I gave you hints. Hopefully Acacia won't be mad at me. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope that you have a marvelous week whether or not you participate in the recommendations readathon, and until next time, continue to be lovely.